Rob G, let's jump in. Rob G, I want you to set up what we have going on with the NFL, and then Kerry and I will get into it.
You mean about the college football, what's going on with Texas?
Yes.
So Texas, of course, won that thrilling game earlier today against Arizona State. Double overtime.
So who missed the field goal, though?
Texas.
Was that so? It was Texas. They could have won it over
Yes.
in regulation.
In regulation.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I knew somebody missed the field goal.
College kickers, man. I believe he missed two field goals. Late
Well,
in that game.
if you took down his football pants, they might be brown. Let's just be honest.
Well, his last name's Auburn, so it's
close to
that color.
Yeah,
anyway.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like Rob G, I know everybody thinks like it's just a piece of cake. Like there's pressure there, right?
Yeah, of course.
There's big pressure. You know it. You want to be a big man on campus, or you want to be, shunned.
It's the craziest position to play.
Yes.
I mean, you're out there as a quarterback or a receiver or whatever your position is. You have chances to make a mistake, and you can kind of double down and win some as well. But when you're a kicker, those opportunities are limited.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Either you're the man on campus,
Yeah.
or they can't stand you.
Yep.
And so that kicker had his bacon saved by Quinn Ewers. Because Quinn Ewers, even though he threw an interception, had a very solid day for Texas.
Yep.
20 of 33, 22 through the air, 3 touchdowns. He also added a rushing touchdown.
I like a couple of shrimp skewers. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
And so you would think that after that game that the whole thing was, hey, Texas got the win, Sark advances, Quinn Ewers does it again. However, there was a cloud hanging over this team and above this program coming into the game that still hasn't fully dissipated. And that's because of a couple of reports. One of them being that regardless what happens during this playoff run with Texas,
Well, they can win the national championship and it won't change their mind.
Exactly. Whether they win the championship or they get blown out in the semifinals.
Why would that be thrown out there before? Can it play out? What?
So the report is that Arch Manning will be the starter in 2025.
Wow.
No matter what.
Really?
That's their plan. They're going to move forward with him.
Well, I figure that since his uncle's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but that's another story. Go ahead. Yeah.
But so that, of course, leaves Ewers in an interesting situation. Most had assumed that he would probably end up going to the draft. He's projected somewhere between the 2nd and 4th round. However, before the game, and actually a couple of days ago, it was reported that several teams have already contacted Ewers and his representatives, which would be illegal. This is tampering because his team is still playing. And have said that if he's willing to forego the NFL draft, they have an NIL deal on the table for $6 million to come play for our school next season. You're not going to play for Texas. We already know that. If you don't go to the draft, come play for us, and we'll see what happens.
I saw that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say this, Kerry. It's real simple. The reason you have the Wild Wild West going on, and the NIL and all this. And the other thing, Deion said this, and it's so true. Everybody ain't making $1 million who's playing college football.
No.
Okay? Stop with everybody, because I hear people say, oh, they should play. They're all getting paid. They're pros. No, everybody's not getting paid.
No.
Everybody. Stop it. But the college football, they're to blame for this because instead of taking this by the horns, Kerry, allocating the kind of money that's going to be spent, taking it out of their pocket, their money that they're getting from the TV network. They're like, oh, no, we're not. Nope. Boosters. What do they call those people who just donate money? I think there's a word for them.
You said, the booster?
No, but there's some new word of people who just, put up money for NIL. Well, I can't remember what they call it. But my point is, once you do that and allow other people to get involved, you have no control of this. No. They've allowed someone to dictate where people are going because they refuse to pay, set up a salary cap, set up some rules and regulations. If it's your money, you can do that. It's not your money, so they can't say anything.
100%. They should have had I guess this regulation thing that should have happened. This was my idea when I first heard about, NIL possibly happening, right? There could be a big pot of money, and the thing that would make players, and I think, the guys that don't make the millions of dollars on that team stay committed to your program is you get this allotment of money, you put it in the pot, and you divvy it out equally. Would you tier the players? And what I'm saying is,
everybody gets kind of classified.
Right, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? So
yes.
so it's like if you're an A player, you're B, C, and a D.
Well,
a guy who doesn't play,
but that doesn't matter. But that part doesn't matter. If you get the big pot of money, you put it there, and you divvy it out equally. The unknown money that the boosters still are going to give you anyway could compensate for the ones that are in the different tiers. You're saying so. Just for the money that you get, that you could bring in as an organization from the boosters that you put aside. This is what we have to offer for the year. The players you bring in, almost like a free agency in the NFL, right? Like we have this amount of money to spend.
Right.
The people we're bringing in to come in to play will fall under that umbrella, and we divvy it evenly. I think that would also even the playing field for the talent that we see on the field as well. Ohio State has more money to pay these players, and so when you look at this team on when they're playing at their best, they're the best team in the in college football because they can pay the most money.
What
they
spend? $20 million or something?
It's ridiculous. It
was something.
That number is crazy. So
was it $20 million, Rob G? Like Ohio State? It was something like that. It's a crazy number.
It's the players they have, like Iboka. I think his name's Iboka from Ohio State. He could have went pro and came back because he's making just as much money as he would have made as a rookie in the league.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy.
It is crazy, and if you're Quinn, right? Okay, I don't think there's even a choice. He's not projected to be a top pick in the first round, right? So, and they've already told you that they're moving on and they want to get the baby Manning in, right?
Yeah.
So why not put yourself in the portal, take $6 million, and go somewhere else and play? I think it's a layup.
1,000%.
Right.
What I mean, the other alternative doesn't even match up to that. You're going to be holding the clipboard in the NFL and not making, he'll get a $400,000 signing bonus when you can make $6 million playing college football and not be worried about it.
Right.
He can even stink. It doesn't matter.
And I'm not even mad at the players.
No.
I'm not. I think they deserve all that they get.
100%.
They have been taken advantage of way too long.
Yep.
I always said the NCAA was organized crime.
Yes.
I mean, I still to this day, and then all these coaches now, who want to quit and, I can't with the game. And
Yeah.
But they can bounce whenever they want. They recruit you, go to your house, tell your parents this, that, and the other thing, and then they decide, I got a better deal. I'm out of here. I'm not even coaching the bowl game. Please, I'm out. I got to be ready to recruit.
Yep.
And then they frown at the kids. I just don't even get it. Hypocrites.
Yeah, it's nuts. I know. Obviously, I came along a little bit too late,
right.
But you look at that. There's actually I know that some players they have a class.
But Kerry, people would get money when you played.
Not $6 million.
I didn't say that, but people were getting money.
Yeah, a few people were getting a little
scratch. That's all I'm saying. Right,
a few shekels. Yeah, I got you.
You got me.
A few shekels, but not $6 million.
Not that kind. Because I remember when I was covering St. John's basketball, and I remember the big scuttlebutt was about Chris Mullen had a no-show job at a car dealership. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like a booster for St. John's or whatever.
Right.
And he had a job and never showed up, and they paid him every week. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they used to do, right?
Yeah. So, 100%. And I went to Louisville, so you talk about the basketball recruits. That was a different deal right there.
Well, guys, just to put into context what this $6 million would be, obviously it would be the biggest NIL deal ever.
Yeah.
So on three, the people who reported this story the first time, and these NIL deals are kind of under the table. No one really knows what they're getting. It's kind of a guess.
And then there's some people who have not gotten their money,
Right, because it's not on the up and up.
Florida State.
Yeah,
Hamilton.
So there's 3 quarterbacks this year that transferred that kind of everybody knows. They're more the household transfer quarterbacks. Miami's Cam Ward, who left Washington State. Ohio State's Will Howard is putting on a show today in the Rose Bowl, left Kansas State. Syracuse's Kyle McCord, who was forced out of Ohio State so they could get Will Howard. Those 3 guys combined, according to On3, got $4 million combined for the 3 of them. And Quinn Ewers could get 6.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that makes more sense, Rob. That number 6 doesn't sound real.
It's pretty high, right? Yeah.
Well, it depends. Depending on who you read, the teams that allegedly are involved in the situation are 2 schools with very deep pockets. That would be Notre Dame and USC.
Yeah, they got plenty of money.
Okay, well, there you go.
All right. Is the NCAA to blame for the NIL tampering in college football? It's pretty obvious. And would you encourage Quinn Ewers. How do you say it?
Quinn Ewers.
Ewers, right? Bob G, is that right?
Ewers.
Quinn Ewers, yep.
Yeah, Ewers. I want to say
you want to say
to forego the NFL and take the $6 million to stay in college. We'll continue that conversation with you next. Andrew in Bakersfield, California. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Happy New Year, my friend.
Happy New Year, guys. How's it going?
Doing great.
All right.
We're happy to be here for you. You know it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Shout out to Kelvin. I missed it. I know I can be what I want to be. You say? What's up, Kelvin? All right.
All I was going to say is, like, the show with Kelvin has been on for 4 months now. How many months, Rob G? September, October, November, 4 months.
Yep.
And now guest hosts have had more shows than Kelvin, I think. No, I'm just
really. Well, he's picking right up where Chris left. No, I'm joking. Let me stop. I'm just a guest here. I'm just a guest here.
Go ahead, Andrew.
All right. So the NIL, I don't think it should exist. I think they should get paid for if they get in a video game, TV appearance, movie, but I don't think they should have a shoe deal. The reason is, if they get a full ride scholarship, it covers their food.
No. I'm sorry. This is the problem with that. Like it's not in the schools. Like, stop with they're getting a free ride or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's a part of the budget, having athletics a part of college, then people show their IDs and they get into the game for free because it's a part. This is not what this is. This is people buying suites for millions of dollars. Dude, you cannot act like the money that's coming in is covering their tuition. Because it's just not. They're making millions on millions on millions of dollars off these 60 kids or 80 kids or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not. And it's not college athletics. It's not Division II, Division III where you're just playing and you're going to that college and you know what I mean? No, this is big time and what you have to put in for and work that you have to put to play on this level and whatnot. This is a job.
No, this is a job, and the hours that they have to put towards that, it says that's true. That's what that is. And then on top of that, you got to do your schoolwork and all that. It's a lot.
It is. Dre in Michigan, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre? Happy New Year.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate the sentiment. But, you take care of the day, the year can take care of itself. So I focus on today, brother.
Yes, sir. I'm with you.
Yes, sir. Hey, but I agree with you 100%, man. It's funny with that last caller. People are against capitalism when it's for everybody else, but they also against socialism. They for socialism when it's for them.
Right. It doesn't even make sense. Right. Dre, you're spot on.
You think about this money. This money's like lacrosse, golf, wrestling, girls volleyball. Nobody's paying for that. But they still get free scholarships, don't they? Where that money come from?
Thank you.
Back to the football players and basketball players.
That's what nobody wants to admit. That nobody's buying the ticket. Right. They don't want to talk about it. That's who's footing the bill.
100%.
That's right. And then the thing is, and I think we might even talked about this back when they first talked about the NIL. We said the NCAA was going to regret it because they greed controlled them because they wanted to keep the money to themselves, so they let somebody else pay it. But when you let somebody else pay the bills, you got no control.
Right.
That's what's kicking them in the butt right now.
And that's what happened. Thanks, Dre. Appreciate the
Dre.
call. Yeah, you can't control it. How you going to tell somebody else what to do with that? No, you didn't want to put up any money. So you have no say now.
It's the wild, wild west now. You got kids not showing up on game day because they didn't get their check. It's like, no, you got to pay me to play now.
Right. Well,
it's a different animal now.
It's so crazy, no doubt about it. All right,